What's going on, YouTube? We got round 8 over here. Kid versus Whitebeard. Whitebeard's going first. Kid going second with 2 down. Gonna Bonnie for 2. It's gonna be a good blocker the next turn. Gonna get a free supernova. Gonna pick up a killer blocker. Pass turn. 3 Dawn for Whitebeard. Could be a Vista. Nope, it's gonna go 7 to leader. Gonna take that. 4 life. And Moby Dick. So here, playing against the Moby Dick version, you know for sure you don't want to attack life. You want to stall out long enough so that the Marco effect isn't active early, as well as this boat. So Marco active at 2 life, and the boat is active at 1 life or less. So I'm just going to play out bodies. Can't waste this turn. I'm going to play the Yamato out for 4. Pass turn. He left the Bonnie alive last turn. Kind of tells me that he's just going to play a bunch of bodies and he's going to ignore that. He's going to go aggressive. He goes 7 leader again. Plays out an Atmos for his 5 down turn. 6 down for Kid. I have to find a way to get rid of that Atmos. And again, one of the main reasons I was able to play out that Yamato last turn was because I had another one in hand. So I was comfortable playing this one out. So I'm going to 4 for another Yamato, rest the Atmos, and 6 of the Atmos, see if he gives away his hand. He doesn't. So that's really telling of his hand. He must not have many counters. So I'm just going to take advantage of that. No need to use the extra Dawn to swing with Kid. Gonna load up on cards with Bonnie again because he didn't take care of it before. Picking up a blocker Law. 1 Dawn left. Gonna put up a Beige. And I think it's going to be very important for me to keep up blockers because I don't want him to clear my board. I need those 6k bodies to stay there so I could just efficiently poke at his life. So I'm at 8 cards in hand. Bonnie got me plus 2 already at 3 life. Whitebeard's got a bunch of cards in hand as well. 6 at lead. That's an easy 2k. Ace for 7. -3 on the Yamato. And he still 7's the leader. But I was going to block anyways if he was going for the Yamato. Alright, here we go. 8 down. He's definitely got a bunch of cards in hand. I need to either focus on clearing his board or getting rid of his cards in hand and not going face. So 7 to ace. Let's see what cards he gives me. He drops a 1k. 7 ace again. 1k counter again. I have 6 down left. I picked up the blocker Law last turn. I think it's best if I use it now. Get another advantage from Bonnie. Get the +1 from Bonnie. And then blocker Law. Five for blocker Law, combo, pull the Bonnie back in hand, and play out that killer blocker I found from Bonnie from the first search. So that Bonnie, because he didn't clear it, is kind of just paying off dividends for me. He's going to go 7 to leader. He's going to continue being aggressive. Going to block that 7 to leader with the killer. And this is the 9 beard turn. And 8 to leader, and I take that. So that's why I kind of just let that blocker die, because I knew there was a chance if he plays the Whitebeard, that killer is going to be useless. He has 7 cards in hand. I have a bunch, but this is 10 Dawn turn. His leaders are 8k, so there's no point in even thinking about attacking that. His Moby Dick is not active next turn. It will be active the turn after. So let's just try to clear that ace. I'm going to put one down on Yamato, swing at ace, and he lets it go right away. So he really does not have any counters. So now to try to fill up the board a little bit. Going to 2 for Bonnie again. This is the 4th plus from Bonnie. Get the 8 drop. This is what we need to stall the game. Eight down left. 7 down left actually. Got a couple options. Maybe he did have counters in hand to protect the ace, but he knew I was just going to swing everything and it would have been for nothing. So here I'm going to do Momo for 2. That's a whiff. Play Law for 5. Throw out the Momo, that gave me nothing, and recycle the Bonnie one more time. So now I have 2 blocker Laws on board and 2 4-cost Yamatos, 9 cards in hand, 2 life. Back to the Whitebeard player who has 2 life, the 9 beard on board, and a bunch of cards in hand. He's going to start with 12 at leader. No point in blocking that if I'm going to try to go for Kid next turn. 13 at leader. I could try to leave, if I don't block, I could have that Law leave it on board for the 8 drop next turn, but it's going to do the same thing. At least this way I'll make some space for the 8 drops effect. So back to my turn, 1 life now, we're both at 1 life. His boat's going to be active next turn, but thankfully he doesn't have too many characters on board, so he can't go wide. He's got 9 cards in hand. He's going to poke everything, drain some of his hand. Going to do 6 to leader. He counters out with 1000. 6 to leader again. Counters out with 1000. 6 to leader with Kid. And there's no reason not to take it because next turn he's going to go down to life anyways, go down to 0. So he was going to take 1 anyways. Takes the free card. I'm going to play Kid for 8, attach 1, and activate Kid to throw down a beige. The beige is going to get popped by the 9 beard for certain, but at least this way it forces him to use 2 more of his Don onto the Whitebeard, which is overkill already. So the boat is active. He's got 14 popping the beige, attacking the 8 drop. He's got 8 down left. I'm going to have to block that. $14 at Kid again. 2 down up. 14 at Kid, so I got to drop 7,000 in counter, which I do have a pretty thick hand. So 2k, 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 and 1,000. So that's 7,000 counter for 15. Kid stays alive another turn. So I'm at 6 cards now after dropping 4 cards. He's at 0 life, no need to put extra Don onto the Yamatos. Whitebeard's at 9 cards. Gonna have to swing a lot of times. So let's just see what else we get. We're gonna bind it for 2, keep the cards flowing. Gonna take another 2k counter, a poo. So 6 to leader, let's start the pokes. 2k counter, so he's finally run out of 1ks. Another 2k. Got a 9 to leader. Radical beams. Now of course I do have the option of double swinging Kid. for 9,000 twice, but that's not worth it. He has too many cards in hand to risk it. It's going to go 6 to leader again, take out another 2k. Going to put out a killer blocker and 4 up to pass turn. So that's telegraphing 2 Punk Gibsons, 5 cards in hand, back to Whitebeard. If he could punch through that 8-drop, he probably has game. 4-team Kid, pop killer. So we're going to Gibson, Apu, and Yamato for 7 again, so this is 15,000. Kid stays alive again. He's still got to keep up some Don for his events. His leaders are 8,000. He could 16,000. But I only have 2 cards in hand, so at most I'll have is 6k, which is 14. So he's going to go 14 into Kid. No way to counter out of that one. So Kid's gone. Pass turn. But he has a pretty low hand now. He has 6 cards in hand. Both the Yamatos are going to take 1 card out of his hand. So 6 to leader. Let's take out some 2Ks. That's an Otama. That's a Jozu. So he's got 4 cards left. Let's swing 12. That's a Radical Beam and a Guard Point, so that's 7. And with 2 cards left, I'm on 12 again. And that's game. I think the big thing in this game was that he let me keep that Bonnie early, as well as him not playing many characters. He did get the Atmos, he did get the Ace, but neither of them were able to stick on the board. I think him going first kind of made it a little harder too, just because he didn't have an extra Don to play his events and protect his characters. But yeah, thanks for watching, YouTube. Catch you next time.